let's move on to our final champion of the cycle, Little Fate. Let's see if we can get the second cycle in a row done. Dripfall, Energy Siphon, Subsuming Blade. Energy Siphon, Subsuming Blade. Huh. That's interesting. We have the traditional Stygian as allies, so we have Frozen Lancers, Talos with Rage, Fel with Rage, and Seraph without Rage, but instead with Consume. Okay. Looks reasonable. Titan's Claw and Mold Braces. We currently don't have any frozen effects. Subsuming Blade on starter is GG. I disagree. It's nice that you can grow it early, but early on, with a 22 card deck, only drawing 5 a turn, you only get to play it once before the fight is over in most fights. If you're very lucky, twice. If you're unlucky, you draw it on the wrong turn and don't have a target for it. That can sometimes happen. So you won't be able to grow it very easily. It grows more in the later fights, so... Early holdover, yeah, that can matter. It can matter. I have a crazy idea. Would that work? We would need a Cuddle Hex or a Preserve. And the Eternal Flame upgrade for Little Fate. Eternal Flame. I probably should be Mold Braces. No, Titan's Claws is decent. I'm gonna take Titan's Claws. I rarely take it early, but it's powerful. And I feel like Eternal Flame is our best path anyways. Mark of Invasion. Yeah, I wanna take that. You never tried Eternal Flame? I'm tempted to say it's pretty much easy mode. Easy mode Little Fate? It is very simple to play, at the very least. And it's quite powerful. You hardly ever have trouble killing a boss with that one. This collector though, we will have trouble killing that one. We only have 1 energy next turn. Yeah, Burnout Fate is great. Definitely. There is 1 Train Steward left, but a lot of Reform also. How do I optimize this? I don't really need to optimize it, I don't think. No, it's important to not let these guys go to the top. If I Train Steward right now, I guarantee to win next turn. If I Frozen Lance, no, I should win with the Frozen Lance. Because this Train Steward will be available for Reform. So I should be able to deal with the boss. Just by virtue of taking a couple hits with the train steward. There we go. 10 damage taken on the first fight. But we did manage to get a trial. We did manage to get our subsuming blade ready. Or buffed up a little bit. Is any of these good? I don't think any of these really matters. Yeah, I think this is just a skip. I think we are building a more Stygian focused deck. Well, Little Fate is mostly our boss killer and we use spells for most of the other threats. I do like the idea of picking an offering token here. I kinda want a Stygian tank. And spell upgrades. The Subsuming Blade is definitely a great upgrade. We don't have anything that consumes, too bad. Let's take a look at this. Siren of the Sea. That can be a frontliner, but Cold Celia is sweep. We don't have any sweep whatsoever at the moment. We have a good boss killer. We need frontline damage, which we are usually gonna get from the Stygian clan. From spells. And we need defense, so Little Fate actually gets enough time to kill bosses. Siren of the Sea could offer us the defense we need. That's tempting. Backline clear is also something we need. And the sweeper could be quite a good approach to that. We kinda need both. A sweeper and a tank. But anybody can become a tank. Because of the Stygian upgrade that grants armor on incant. It's pretty easy to find a tank. Subsuming Blade definitely needs a cost reduction. I don't think we need Power Stone right now. I could reroll by another cost reduction. But I think I don't want to. I'll save my money for now. We have another Merchant of Magic upcoming potentially. Not sure whether or not I want to go there. Armor 10. That's okay. Cold Celia at the top, so we get... No, Cold Celia on the second floor, so we can guarantee the collector kill. You might need some spell weakness. Is there any benefit to playing Gripfall? There isn't. Yeah, we get the collector, nice. Cold Celia is close to dying right now though. I would love to be able to deal the 30 before Little Fate dies, but I can't. It just won't work out. Nothing to reform. Do I want to protect Cold Celia? I think so. Even with a Subsuming Blade, we're not gonna kill this Overcharged Apprentice, even with 2 spell weakness. I think it's best to just hit them hard. Or we incant them. I think the best we can do is get them down to 40 health. We have 7 damage on them right now, plus maybe another 5. It's 19 damage. That will do. I guess that's the best we can do right now. Oh, actually they get healed. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a problem. I hope we don't have to care about that one. This is awkward. We're gonna take a lot of damage this fight. Because we're lacking the tools to deal with frontliners. Right now I'm bound to take 13 damage from these. If I play 2 Frozen Lancers, it will be slightly less. I can play 2 Frozen Lancers. I could play a Train Steward, but that still doesn't solve my issue. Yeah, that healer is a bit of a pain. That means I should set up the bottom floor instead. And just take the damage. Alright, the sweeper, I forgot. This is painful. We'll win on the next floor, but we need to stop the damage here. If I drip fall this guy will deal 9 to me. So it's best to drip fall him instead. We'll take 5. This guy won't reach the top floor. And Little Fate will kill the boss. That's the plan. Too bad we can't play Subsuming Blade no matter what we do, because Little Fate will take up all my energy. Train Stewards. They don't matter. Might as well bring one in. We only need Little Fate to get in 2 hits here. We're not gonna get 2 hits? Why are we not getting 2 hits? Wait, what did I mess up? We take 6, then we take 11. Right. Whoops. That was a miscalculation on my part. That means... what does that mean? That means we have to set up Cold Celia on the bottom floor. Just so we have more time to take Frostbite. That doesn't matter though. This might be the end of our run. With this draw, the draw we have in the draw we had in this fight was abysmal. Maybe we need to actually use Little Fate against that wave. Not sure. On the next floor up. I'm not comfortable with this. Dripfall to save damage on Cold Celia. I could do that, but I would give the Overcharged Apprentice more damage. Which doesn't matter against my unit, units, but it does matter against the Pyre. But if I can't kill the boss, I die to the boss anyways. But still, there's a real threat to dying to these enemies. Cold Celia being healthy doesn't matter that much. But I think it's still worth it. Now if we place Little Fate in the back, we can actually deal significant damage to the Overcharged Apprentice. Little Fate can die a turn later, maybe. Not happy with how this is going. But at least it allowed us to kill one of the apprentices. We need Little Fate to die this turn. We need to play her next turn. On the bottom floor. And then if we daze the boss, we gain an extra turn on everyone. Because now we can tank the damage from these guys. This guy will hit us 3 times for 11 damage. And then we get a lot of extra damage against the boss. Which means we only have to hit them 1 time with Little Fate now. Oof. That fight was brutal. An absolute mess. Fatal Melting is just so bad without Drax in the deck. It's really, really bad. Entombed Explosive is good though. Ooh, Cripple. Yeah, I was looking for something like that. It's really gonna change how this deck plays. Wickless Baron. That's tempting. I'm gonna pick that. That could be our defense. I think we have our units and we benefit from an artifact. And the Pyro Remains gives us more options in the fight. I think in this specific situation we need the extra options from the Pyro Remains. Encased Ember is tempting with the Entombed Explosive, but Hammer at Chestplate isn't bad. The extra health could matter. Most of the time it won't. I'll go for Encased Ember. Rail Spikes. Ooh, I'm glad I went for Encased Ember. Obviously we want the Awoken Rail Spike, but the Stygian Spike is also quite good. It's getting quite hot. Yeah, it's the Awoken Rail Spike. We're in a Stygian focused deck. Awoken Rail Spike is just so much power. Getting these damage spells again and stuff like that. Cost reducing the spells for better incant if we ever go into that. There's a lot of potential. I think we have to set up the Wickless Baron a bit higher up, and I think we also want to delay Little Fate a bit. I just want the Daze 2 on you so you don't attack next turn. There's Cold Celia. That's really what I wanted to pair with the Wickless Baron. So I'm happy that lines up. This is fine. Or we can prevent some damage to the Wickless Baron this way. And even better, do it again. Yep. Spell weakness belongs on Talos. Can we block the Talos hit? We can't. Definitely remove one of these guys and then Little Fate in front. So we block at least one hit. It's just a slave variation anyways. It's not necessary that we block her hit. Ah, that's unfortunate timing. It's definitely Little Fate in the back and then Entombed Explosive on the top floor. That won't work out. We can't hit the Forge Disciple with that Entombed Explosive. And we can't get rid of this train steward in time, so the Forge Disciple hits the explosive. I'm still gonna pop it here in the back. But I probably won't be able to activate it. Yeah, figured. Taking 4 is okay at this point though. The Wickless Baron is taking a lot of punishment here. Much more than I'm comfortable with. These clergymen with the extra rage are really threatening. I just gave her a slay, but I think that's fine. At least this wave doesn't spot a lot of damage, so our Baron has some time to recover here. Let's bring the Train Steward back just for some damage against this guy. I do want to get that one out of the way. Can we though? This is 11, then the next, then they will die to burnout. This is 5 damage, these are 6 damage each, that's better. Could make it 18, not quite, huh? I mean, we might as well stack spell weakness on her anyways. There we go. Whew. Sacrificial Resurrection, Ice Empire and Deep Offering. I do like the idea of Ice Empire a lot. But Sacrificial Resurrection is also quite good, gives us a good target to reform. Deep Offering is always a great card, especially if we make the Entombed Explosive endless. I think Deep Offering wins out here. Siren of the Sea, still my preferred tank unit, even over something like the Baron. And this is a real question. With Deep Offering and Awoken Railspike we already have a couple of draw options, but we also have a potential energy option. Capacity could be good as well, although yeah, it does enable some options. If unsure, take draw. We need some upgrades. There are quite a few unit upgrades I really want right now. Quick attack increase. Wow, the game is listening. We get quick attack increase. And then armor on Incant would be nice, and extra health. Can we get that as well? Is Wickstone any good? Wickstone on Entombed Explosive? That's good. We can't afford Endless right now, but I'm still gonna take this. And reroll, because I need the stats. It sucks to miss the Endless. But now we have a very good dedicated tank and a very good dedicated backline clearer. And that makes future fights much easier. We don't need Wickless Baron anymore. It's actually a really bad unit right now. As are these primitive molds. No, they can still get back the Entombed Explosive, and that's extra energy. That's okay. Train Stewards, we can easily remove those. Frozen Lancers, oh, they are okay. Not great. Frozen Lancers are probably the worst right now. And we definitely go with Eternal Flame too. Extinguish 70 attack is just massive. Mark of Invasion. We have a quick sweeper that could be in our opening hand. So we might be able to kill the second wave pretty easily. The top wave, I am just gonna let them pass for 6 damage. That's fine. Alright, against the clip conduits, obviously we can't set up on the middle floor. We might still be able to kill all of these. Entombed Explosive, Frozen Land, Stripfall. I can't do that, that's too much, too high cost. I can Entombed Explosive, Energy Siphon, but then we still take 6. I think Entombed Explosive belongs on the bottom. Little Fate still dies. The Clip Defender takes massive damage. That's important. We won't have the quick sweep of this turn ready on the top floor, that sucks. We need to cast a few spells here. Luckily we have a lot of energy to do so. But killing these frontliners is actually really bad. Don't want the Entombed Explosive here. It's a lot of damage preventer, but we kill one of the frontliners. How many do we need to kill to make this worthwhile? If we kill all 4, we take 17 plus 9. That's 26. It's much better to kill none of them, but I can't do that. 11, 12 damage. I can. And then I probably should. I should play the Frozen Lands first. Because I don't want to kill the Clip Conduit. I actually want them to hasten up to the top floor now. Ouch, this is so painful. That wave was really not nice. But luckily we are done with it now. This guy will also hit us, but I think we can take that. The one turn where the Entombed Explosive doesn't die, we draw the Rail Spike, I guess that's fine. It's not like saving it is ever gonna be all that useful. We're not casting enough spells yet. Finally we can play another Subsuming Blade. Let's start with a mold. Get another explosive. This guy will put 2 self-mutilations in our deck, but that doesn't matter because we'll have the energy to play them. Well, I say it doesn't matter, but we still lose a couple draws from it. Nothing I can do about that. I should just focus on incanting, right? Or I could kill the Clip Conduit instead. That's okay. Managed to get another bomb off. And then... yeah, I don't care about these. And win. Nice! That worked out quite well. Remnant Pact, Sacred Wick, Resin Removal. Remnant Pact is great if we can get it off on the Entombed Explosive. Resin Removal can help with Dazed, in case we need Little Fate on the top floor. I'm gonna take the Remnant Pact here. Preserve, but also Titan's Tooth. We don't need Titan's Tooth anymore. Preserve is just good. Makes the card 0 cost as well. We can use that on Little Fate if we want to. We're a bit short on money to really benefit from that Merchant of Trinkets. So let's get the free removals instead. Yes, just do it. I'll buy a Surge Stone for a Frozen Lance and then leave. Right? I could buy two cost reduction and a spell up, damage up. That's worth it. It just is. There we go. These were some good upgrades, all in all. We don't need that many primitive molds, but we also need to start getting rid of some trained stewards, I think. Always bleed so much pyro health when you take this Little Fate path. Yeah, that's a real weakness of this Little Fate. She takes a turn or two to get ready, and on High Covenants that means she won't get ready for the first wave at all because of the top floor dazed. So that is a significant downside of her. But we are trying to mitigate that problem. I should have played that on the top floor. We are trying to mitigate that problem with certain choices we made. Especially using Equip Sweeper and Stygian spells to deal with problems instead. We can't rely on Stygian spells this time around because of the spell shields. Let's draw a new hand. Nice. Subsuming Blade is amazing. Very easily the best card we could have gotten there. Can't really use Dripfall on the top floor to great effect. Yeah, nothing I want to Dripfall at all. Well, Overcharge tank. It can't grow too big, otherwise we have a problem. But it is gonna grow big. Not much we can do about that, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's very annoying. Okay, that will do. We need to subsume this guy. No way around it. But I think we are fine now. We've escaped the problem. I'm buffing this guy again. Does it matter? It might matter. Strip fall you instead. Okay, now we're fine, right? We can't even drip fall these guys too. The backliners don't matter, they just die to... They just die to sweep. Another rail spike for 8. Don't mind me drawing all the cards. Making my whole deck free. That one I don't want to drip fall. That will be a bit annoying. Hey, another rail spike. Get another kill with this and that's it. Whew! This is a weird deck, but I do like it. Engulfed in smoke. How good would that be? Pretty good. Yeah, that's quite solid. Really helps our defenses. Is a name tome something we're interested in? To a certain degree, certainly. Glacial Seal and Guardian Stone are also available. They are pretty tempting as well. Especially that Guardian Stone. But capacity is an issue. Can we set up on the second floor reliably? That makes capacity less of an issue and we could just drop Guardian Stone with a drip fall. I think that might be an option for some fights. And then the Guardian Stone is gonna be pretty useful. Any unit upgrades we still need? Yeah, Endless would be nice. But that's the only one, and we have the Remnant Pack to work around that. Historian. I think this deck really likes Gift of Gratitude because we have the option to generate a huge amount of energy. I kinda wanna cost reduce the Crypt Builder, so a single hit with the Rail Spike will make it cost 0. That's not usually what I do with that card, but it makes sense here. Consume removal on the Deep Offering, yeah. Yeah, that's just amazing, right? Do we even reroll? What would we be looking for? Cost reductions on Dripfall, engulfed in smoke, maybe? I think we reroll for the small upgrades, yes. Ah, Power Stone on the Crypt Builder, that's not... That's an obvious choice. And then... just gain another 40 gold, pay 25 now to gain 40 later. That might be the best option here. No, cost reducing a Dripfall is good, right? That's pretty solid. I'm not always gonna hit everything with the rail spike, so these cost reductions still matter. Rage fell. Ooh, we have the Cold Celia available early. It's only nice. Removing this Alabaster Guardian right now is pretty good. I should do that. Spell weakness on you, just in case we need it. We might need it. Rage on that floor. That's how I wanted to see. It's not what I wanted to Siren of the Sea. Might as well. That's not useful right now. Is there any point in playing a Dripfall at all? I guess we can play it against that guy. Now playing Ren and Pact actually kills the Clip Guardian. But so will the Frostbite on the next floor, no need to play the Remnant Pact for that. I'm glad this wave dies and my Siren of the Sea lives, because that allows us to put some setup into this. It's interesting how this guy's incant triggers, but the Clip Reflector one, Reflectors doesn't. That's because we cast the spell on the floor where the Guardian Stone was. So it triggers after finishing it. 14, 25, we have 100 damage here, so we can play another spell for incant. Sweeper incoming. We do need to kill that one. 26 times 2 is 52, plus 23 is 78. Not quite enough to get the kill. Can we get enough armor on the Guardian Stone? Doesn't look like that's gonna be possible. So is it best to just let Little Fate die? No, I don't think that's best either. I think we keep Little Fate alive, and yes, we lose the Guardian Stone. But that's fine. Just for the Slay and the Incant? Okay, I can see that being worth it. Let's see what's available for draws. Do we need a Train Steward? I wanna get that Train Steward out of my hand, yes. Karma freeze the gift, so we can... Alright, we have dead Train Stewards. We also have a dead Guardian Stone by now. This guy's actually gonna hurt us a lot. Not that much. 10, 24 damage. Still, slightly painful. These die no matter where I place them, and I think them being dead is still better than them being alive. But not by much. Another one of these guys? We can't let that happen, right? But we're a bit short in damage. I think we have to drip for them. Doesn't get us as lay, but still worth it. Oh nice, we got the entombed explosive. That means next turn will probably be gifts. Or rail spike. It's gifts. Do we have enough power even? Well, we don't have to care about that. If we don't, we just set up again on the top floor. Right? Little Fade only costs 2 and Siren of the Sea costs 1, so we can place them both on the top floor. That's another 60 health with a 140 damage attacker behind. That should do it. Maybe not. Okay, drawing the deep offering here is nice. Daze is obviously great. Play the Preserve because we are gonna play it anyways. Not gonna play these Train Stewards. The Burnout 1 version I can actually play. Too bad. Oh, we got a lot of damage out there. And we have a couple Frostbite on Fell as well. That's not even enough. Color me surprised. There we go. That was close. That was really close. Still fueling the monster train brain with apple juice. Yeah, right now I'm drinking water though. That intent on death with... I think it triggers the encased ember, but I'm not certain. With the entombed explosive. If it doesn't, it's pretty bad. Siren Song what we need? Might be. Might be wickless recruitment? No, it's never wickless recruitment. Just isn't. Honestly, the only thing we need in this deck is more draw. But Siren Song is helpful. Intent on death on Little Fate. Wow, I forgot about that interaction. We actually have the best Little Fate for intent on death, and I just skipped it because I missed out on that. I forgot about this. Melting Spout. We already have Burnout on this. So Burnout 2 and 35 health is really bad. Sorry, couldn't type fast enough. Not your fault. I should have noticed that. I mean, it's arguable that Siren Song might actually help us solve our immediate problems more than Intent on Death. But I still should have thought about it more. Is Advanced Prototype better than 25 gold here? I think so. We still have 3 Train Stewards in the deck. I think it matters. Consumables. We definitely don't want the single Melting Remnant consumable card that's in the pool, which is Hello Dripping. Stygian Gar consumable card, that might be worth it. Hellhorn, probably not. Would I take an Alloy of the Ancients though? I think I would take that, yeah. Alloy would actually be decent. But so would be the Frostbite, the AoE Frostbite. Really? No, that one's not that great. Yeah, let's go with Hellhorn. The Rage Serum, nope. We get another one. Urgent Spice. Now this one I have to think about. I don't think so. Yeah, it's just another 10 gold. This is a pretty poor event most of the time, but sometimes you can get really amazing cards from it. Funny thing, I am really considering duping the Preserve here. That allows us to get our combos together, hold our X-Cost cards for the right time. Preserve is actually huge in this deck. And we don't want to start with Little Icarus now. It's an easy Eternal Flame here. Deep Offering I thought about, yeah. That could have been quite good as well. Spell Shield. Ooh, Spell Shield is rough. Not so bad with Siren Song though. I'm okay with taking it. Hope we might take a bit of damage here. Luckily, never to these backliners because of our Quick Sweeper. We have to set up on the bottom floor. We can't set up on the top. That's just not feasible anymore. And the second floor is capacity reduced. That will be an issue as well. Get Little Fate to block. Top floor is gonna be reserved for mostly train stewards. But one train steward can be here as well. Do we play the Preserve? No. I would like the Incant Trigger, but we'll get that at a later time anyways. It's not like we get more Incant Triggers by playing it earlier. No, I don't want to Preserve that way. I still need the Preserve to find my combos. Is it already time to place down Little Fate and keep her around? She can one-hit Steel Wings, she can't one-hit Gilded Wings. But it's close. Yeah, we do want to drip for this. Gonna preserve a primitive mold here. I could play Little Fate here. Let her die later on and bring her boss for back for the boss fight. Yeah, that should be worth it. Should actually be good. Dripfall this guy so we can hit the Gilded Wing in the back. If I Frozen Lance the Collector, I will have enough damage to kill the Gilded Wing, right? No, not quite. Slightly off. But that's what I do anyways, because it's the best thing I can do in this position. Where's my Endless? I am gonna get my Endless this turn. Even if I have to skip playing the Subsuming Blade. There we go. It wasn't guaranteed, but it was close to guaranteed. We don't need this anymore. We will now have a ton of energy. These guys can't deal damage to us. Very nice. Yeah, sure. The problem is... No, this thing will die. We put burnout on there for a reason, right? We don't need Little Fate here anymore, but we don't have space on that floor. So we might as well dripfall her, right? Maybe reuse her. If the boss doesn't... Alright, she doesn't have stealth. That doesn't matter though. Yeah, that's actually just fine. Is it though? How do we kill this Gilded Wing? Oh, oops. I needed that space. I need to get it back. The preserves are not just free incant triggers. Mostly. I mean, that worked out okay. Somewhat okay, at least. Engulfed is actually dangerous now, huh? I shouldn't play it on the bottom floor. I shouldn't play it at all. This is fine. Surprisingly okay with that. There's still something to reform. Ah, yeah. That thing. Right. And we dripfall and we win, right? That should be an easy victory. There we go. It is indeed. Yeah, I like the strategy this deck has. It's now pretty intricate, but effective. And the preserves make it actually reliable as well. Did I need that Titan's Tooth? Probably not, but it's still pretty solid. More removals are necessary. We still have a lot of junk in the deck. Mostly primitive molds. I don't mind the Train Stewards as much anymore. And the unupgraded Frozen Lands, I guess, can go to holdover. What's in here? First Hell Pact. Ah, that's... yeah. You can't turn down a first Hell Pact with a non-consuming Rail Spike, right? Traitor's Quill against this Seraph. That's also really powerful. I kinda wanna include that as well. Totem Fragment is less necessary, I think. Sigilled Seaweed, Vapor Funnel and Token of a Traitor. I don't think we need Sigilled Seaweed at all. Vapor Funnel might be okay, but it's also not really necessary. Let's do this part of the shop first. Titan's Tooth wants a cost reduction. Does anything here want holdover now? Subsuming Blade, not really. It's not that important. Dripfall maybe. Or Preserve. I don't think I ever had a holdover Preserve, but I think in this deck it's quite good. That's such a waste of money when we have so many preserves. Just gonna buy the Vapor Funnel instead. And the final cost reduction goes on Siren Song, Subsuming Blade. Engulfed in Smoke? No, I think it's Dripfall. Dripfall becomes more and more useful in the later stages of the game. Floor Manipulation is quite powerful at the moment. We have a lot of our own units that we want to be able to manipulate, and some of the enemies as well. This is a bit awkward. The only way I get rid of this Purifier is by playing the Subsuming Blade. If I do that, I consume it, or I consume the Dripfall. I think I'm more comfortable with consuming the Subsuming Blade than the Dripfall. To be entirely honest here. And now we have our quick sweep already. So things are much more easily dealt with from this point on. Train Steward will die. But we get Little Fate to hit. I'm gonna consume the Dripfall, keep the Train Steward alive. Bonner Floor doesn't look too strong right now. But that will change soon enough. This is awkward. No preserve drawn in the top half of my deck. That's really bad. I need to cycle quickly now. I don't want to consume the Deep Offering, but I might have to. And keep the preserve around. I need to draw through my deck pretty quickly. Not having these reshuffle into the deck might be quite nice. Definitely wanna upgrade that Remnant Pact. We don't need... Why did I... I played the holdover one. That wasn't great. That wasn't great, yeah. But it might not matter. The setup is pretty slow this way. I was really relying on either the preserve, drawing the preserves early, or having... we need to be able to deal with these. That kills the frontliner. Maybe that guy can be dripfalled. Yeah, that should work out. I'm planning on Siren Songing this wave. So I'm just trying to weaken them with Frostbite and stuff. The other preserve will be pretty important later on. Finally, we get the Entombed Explosive. do want to play Little Fate here. I do still have Ed Ripfall left. That's gonna be what I'm preserving, I guess. Actually, the Siren Song is in his hand, so I should definitely preserve it. Uh-oh. The Siren of the Sea is about to die. I totally missed that. I've been playing too many spells on other floors. Well, we saved her. Just barely managed to save her. I'm losing the Engulfed in Smoke here, so... Ugh. Not happy about that. And no Preserve in this hand. Oh, we have a lot of energy. These guys do have a couple of Frostbite stacks on them. But there's another wave coming. This Little Fate won't die so easily. I probably have to make sure this floor doesn't die. Maybe just Engulfed. I don't need to keep that for much longer, I don't think. I think it's time to Dripfall. Then Little Fate will take all the damage, I guess that's fine. She is tanky enough for that. Yeah, send you up, Days 4 with the Frostbite. That's a good way of resolving that problem there. Definitely want to cast these spells. Add more damage against these. I'll take the one for another incant trigger. Okay. We are getting somewhere. We need Little Fate not to die first here. It's actually a problem. We can't save Little Fate this time. But she will be back. Oh no, we did save Little Fate. How did we save Little Fate? Did we give her enough armor? Well, I think we win. It's another 652 and then we still have the top floor. We just need to make sure that we can actually play her, which won't be an issue because we have this thing giving us extra energy. Make sure we don't die to that thing either. And actually this wins right now, right? Oh no, it doesn't. This one burns out, so... But Little Fate is back at 5 cost. I'm stupid. I prevented that one from dying, but luckily this is still enough. That Train Steward, well, I should have let that die so I could play Little Fate here, but we managed. Actually, let's do this. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh, over this fight I missed a couple of spammers in the chat. Let me remove them real quick. Wow, that was a pretty crazy run to end the second cycle through the champions, bringing our win streak up to 23, 20 while cycling and 3 with random before that. That was a pretty weird deck, I agree, but it made sense. I was relying a lot on that Decay Stamper I picked up early on. Like, get the energy manipulation we need early on and then build from there. It's a pretty cool way to build a deck, but it almost went wrong there. I made a lot of mistakes. This deck is really powerful, but it's also pretty difficult to play. There are a lot of things you could... There are a lot of mistakes you can make. And these preserves are really crucial to make sure you have the right cards at the right time. I'm glad I played this deck, because it was very fun and I think I learned quite a bit about this game in that run. Yeah, that was a great run.